Friends, my greetings to all of you. It's indeed what a great pleasure for me and honor to stand in this location, the historical location in the University of Helsinki. And privileged to be with you. First of all, I would like to greet my friend Esko and Dr. Kari Ravio, and my friend Mr. Pradeep Singh, and ambassador of Finland, and Mallika ji, and distinguished guests. You know, I arrived here yesterday morning. My visit here is to India and Finland, how we can work together and bring not only prosperity. I am visualizing a model, a beautiful lab model of India and Finland, two great democratic countries. Forget about the size. Nano size is a fantastic size in performance. So India and Finland, how they can work together, not only economic prosperity, but also peace and the evolution of great citizens. It's a big job, evolution of great citizens, evolution of good human beings. It's a great mission for the world. So I'm going to discuss that. On arrival of Helsinki yesterday, I had a meeting with Prime Minister Mr. Van Hanen and his team. I could understand how Finland got over 1992 crisis due to the multi-pronged approach towards education, basic research, linking university with the industry, leading to a patentable and marketable products, and evolving the proactive industry-friendly policies to compete globally. When I talked about energy independence program of India, how India is planning to transform from the objective of energy security to energy independence before the year 2030, using three important routes, that is solar energy with high efficiency solar cell, and nuclear energy and biofuel, apart from other conventional and renewable energy sources. When we discussed how energy and its relationship with the economic development, how it is applicable to many nations, including Finland, the Prime Minister said the scientists must work for creating an inverse relationship between the growth in GDP and energy demand, and agreed that the energy independence is vital for all the nations, including Finland. Later, yesterday, I had a detailed discussion with Mr. Esko, President of Sitra, who transformed Finland from 1992 crisis and his team. They gave an overview of innovation and new solution, healthcare program, Sitra Ventures and Sitran India program. I could see the vibrancy created by the Finland due to its synergetic policies adopted by the government in association with academy, institutions like Sitra, and industry by adapting development politics by all the stakeholders for realizing the transformation of Finland. My greetings to the Sitra team for their foresight into developing a new policy initiatives for the nation, creating awareness among all the stakeholders, venture capital for innovative ideas to realize the global products and system. Since one of the Sitra initiative, that is healthcare, gives me an impression there is an opportunity for collaboration with Indian healthcare industry, with healthcare grid of India, and the EMRI mission of saving 1 million lives a year. First, let me touch upon the emergency management mission, which is unique in the world, emergency management mission, which India is spearheading because it is relevant to the Sitra healthcare initiative. In our country, emergencies spring up in many fields, like any other country. Particularly, the following areas assume significance. Major components include the loss due to heart diseases, cerebrovascular disease, loss due to the road accidents, this is the third area, self-inflicted injuries, childbirth and infant mortality and maternal mortality, other accidents such as fire and natural calamities. There are many areas of fatalities which are concerned to the society and need timely medical attention for saving vital lives. This loss of lives arising due to the medical emergencies by extremism of war during the year. Due to this, the accumulated knowledge of many years of human experience gets wiped out in few minutes. We cannot afford to allow the occurrence of such as loss, which is detrimental to our national growth. With this background, EMRI, that is Emergency Management Research Institute, had launched a mission called Saving Million Lives. It is very important societal action for the nation. Currently, they have saved over 20,000 lives and ensure that the medical attention reaches the victim within 15 minutes from the time they informed the EMRI call center using the single number 108. This has now been launched in 3 more states. Certainly, I find there's a possibility of collaboration in this area with Sitra. Dear friends, India is a country, as you all know, rightly you also pointed out, billion democratic people with multicultural, multi-religion, multi-language, with rich biodiversity. Giving leadership to the nation of this complexity is the core competence of India. If you ask me, what is the core competence of India, I will say billion democratic people of multi-religion, multi-language, multi-culture, to give the leadership is indeed the core competence of India. Our navigation towards development started in August 1947. That is the date India got freedom after 200 years of colonial rule. You know, when my friend, the Mr. Esko said that India has not, in its history, invaded any other nation, I will tell you another story. That is, if you take last 3,000 years, how many years India was ruled by Indians? You'll be surprised. Only 600 years out of 3,000 years, India was ruled by Indians. That is Chandragupta Maurya's time, 1 and 2. Remaining time, invasions, multiple nations, last one was British. So today, India is growing $1 trillion economy. First, let me discuss about the present ambience in the nation. In Indian history, very rarely has our nation come across a situation all at a time an ascending economic trajectory continuously rising foreign exchange reserves, and in fluctuating inflation, you have to bring it down, and energy of 540 million youth, umbilical connectivities of 23 million people of Indian origin in various parts of the planet, with a potential sharing capacity of knowledge and interest shown by many developed countries to invest in our engineers and scientists, including setting up of a new research and development centers. The distinction between public and private sectors and the illusory primacy of one over the other is vanishing. Our technological competence and value system with civilization heritage are also highly respected. Foreign institutional investors are finding investing in India attractive. Our industrialists are also investing abroad, opening new business ventures. The Indian economy is growing with an average annual GDP growth rate of 8%. Very soon, we will be reaching the target of 10% GDP growth rate. Now, if we keep it the 10% GDP growth, definitely the India 2020 economic development is possible. Now, let me give my visualization of India during the year 2020, because your India program, Citra's India's program, is beautifully done. So I would like to add, what is by the year 2020, how the whole Indian nation will look like. Number one, distinct profile of the nation, a nation where the rural and urban divide has reduced to a thin line. This is one of the very important focus, not only for India, where many developing world. A nation where there is an equitable distribution and adequate access to energy and quality water. A nation where agriculture, industry, and service sector work together in symphony. A nation where education with value system is not denied to any meritorious candidates because of societal or economic discrimination. A nation which is the best destination for the most talented scholars, scientists, and investors. A nation where the best of healthcare is available to all. A nation where the governance is responsive, transparent, and corruption-free. A nation where poverty has been totally eradicated, illiteracy removed, and crimes against women and children are absent, and none in the society feels alienated. A nation that is prosperous, healthy, secure, devoid of terrorism, peaceful and happy, and continues with a sustainable growth path. Finally, a nation that is one of the best places to live in and is proud of its leadership. Now, how to achieve this distinctive profile of India before the year 2020? I am glad yesterday I attended Sitra conference, and I would like to add a few points. To achieve the distinctive profile of India, we have the mission of transforming India into a developed nation. We have identified 5 areas where India has a core competence for integrated action. Number 1, agriculture and agro-food processing. Number 2, education and healthcare. And number 3, information and communication technology. Number 4, infrastructure, reliable and quality electric power, surface transport, and infrastructure for all parts of the country, including interlinking of the rivers and creation of waterways in all the states. And 5th one, self-reliance in critical technologies. These 5 areas, what you are seeing in the slide, these 5 areas are closely interrelated, and if progress in a coordinated way will lead to food, economic, and national security. During my visit to different parts of the country and during my discussion with many citizens, the results of such integrated efforts have started becoming visible. Particularly, I would like to discuss how the multiple connectivities can bring enduring and sustainable development in the rural areas by taking working models in the country. This, for example, for Sitra institution and universities of Finland, what I am going to present, some of the case studies, which is globally it is needed, such type of a development model. I am sure that you will all work in the research mode for bringing rural prosperity through sustainable development can be achieved through the provision of urban amenities in rural areas. In short term, it's called Pura, P-U-R-A. Through creation, how do you do that? Through creation of three connectivities, namely physical connectivity, electronic connectivity, and knowledge connectivity, leading to economic connectivity. The number of puras for the whole country is estimated to be 7,000, covering 600,000 villages, where 700 million people live, 70% of the people live. Government is planning to implement 2 puras per district across 600 districts in the nation in the 11th plan period. What is Pura mission? Based on the terrain and climatic condition, there will be 4 types of Pura in our country. It may be true in many parts of the world also. They are plain terrain Pura, hill region Pura, coastal region Pura, and desert region Puras. The population in the plain terrain and coastal region Pura may be in the region of 20,000 to 100,000 in a cluster of 20 to 30 villages. Whereas in the hill or desert Pura may have a population of 7,500 to 15,000 people in the cluster of 30 to 50 villages or hamlets. It is also essential that the rural economy be driven by renewable energies such as solar, wind, biofuel, and conversion of municipal waste into power. With this approach, the core competencies in the rural sector would be harnessed for sustainable development of the economy as a whole. Each Pura cluster, apart from concentrating on reinforcing agriculture, will emphasize an agro-processing, a development of a rural craftsmanship, a dairy, silk production, and fishing and fish processing in these regions having coastal line, so that the non-farm revenue for the rural sector is enhanced based on the competitive advantage of the region. We have discussed 4 connectivities, namely physical, electronic, knowledge connectivities, leading to economic connectivity. In my opinion, this is not sufficient. We have to harness a certain value system, just what Ram was talking about. We have to harness certain value system among people coming out of civilizational heritage, which is essential for a prosperous, happy, peaceful, and a safe society. For ensuring this, I would consider inculcation of a spiritual connectivity also in the Pura model I have indicated. There are a number of operational Pura existing in the country, which are one Periyar Pura at Vallam, Tanjore, Tamil Nadu, Loni Pura in Maharashtra, Bairaj Pura in Andhra Pradesh, Chitrakoot Pura in Madhya Pradesh, Shakti Pura in Pollachi, Tamil Nadu, Pakthara Pura in Chhattisgarh. Let me discuss one of the working model called Periyar Pura. I believe Sitra can do a lot of study on that. The Periyar Pura complex pioneered by Periyar Maniamma University Women Engineering College. This is a women engineering college. They have pioneered that Periyar Pura. It is functioning near Vallam, having a cluster of 65 villages in Tamil Nadu, which involves a population of 1,100,000 people. This Pura complex has all the 3 connectivities: physical, electronic, knowledge, leading to economic connectivity. The center of activity emanates from the Women Engineering College that provides the electronic and knowledge connectivity. Periyar Pura has healthcare centers, primary to the postgraduate level education, and vocational training centers. This has resulted in large-scale employment generation and creation of number of entrepreneurs with the active support of 850 self-help groups. 200 acres of wasteland has been developed into a cultivable land with innovative water management schemes such as contour ponds and watershed for storing and irrigating the fields. All the villagers are busy in cultivation, planting jatropha, herbal and medicinal plants, power generation using biomass, food processing, and above all, running marketing centers. This model has emanated independent of any government initiative. The committed leadership has been provided by the Periyar University. Recently, 5 of Periyarpura villages are connected through WiMAX, wireless, and having minimum 4 Mbps connectivity with the Periyarpura Nodal Center. It provides a sustainable economic development in the region. The members of Periyarpura in Vallam Tanjore district in Tamil Nadu have created a strategic partnership with Japan External Trade Organization of Japan. During the last 8 months, people of Periyarpura village, technologically supported by Periyar Maniammai College of Engineering for Women, have worked with the experts from JETRO on various products for which core competence and raw materials available in the Tanjore district. They developed prototypes of 123 products such as bedsheets, table runner, cushion cover, brass drum, curtains, and bread basket, etc. Interaction with JETRO specialists included comparison of Japanese product, discussion on raw material selection, technical advice on product development, and final quality inspection. Based on this intensive interaction, Vallam people produced 123 products and JETRO selected 55 out of them for international market. These 55 finalized products were displayed in an exhibition in New Delhi during February 2007, and they are being taken for display in the Interior Lifestyle 2007 exhibition in Tokyo, and it has been held already. The feedback from each exhibition has been used for improving the product so that the customer acceptability of the product gets enhanced. The local technical consultancy support for improving the product has been provided by Periyar Maniammai College of Engineering for Women. This cooperative venture has enhanced the innovative ability of the village people and transformed them to develop and produce internationally acceptable products. This experience has created a sustainable environment in the region for bringing prosperity to the rural citizen in the Periyarpura cluster. So far, friends, we have discussed how the rural prosperity has been achieved through Pura. For bringing the rural and urban divide and ensuring the equitable promotion of prosperity for the billion people, India is spearheading the connectivity mission. The core of this connectivity model for electronic connectivity for prosperity of 1 billion people is the partnership between government and the multiple institutions in the public and private domains. The strength of this partnership for collaborative growth and economic prosperity is facilitated by free flow of knowledge and information in a seamless manner, cutting across the levels and boundaries of embracing all walks of life in 3 sectors of the economy, such as agriculture, manufacturing, and services. In this model, 4 grids bring about the interfaces of 3 sectors of the economy, namely knowledge grid, health grid, e-governance grid, and the Pura grid, which I discussed. Now, the societal grid consists of the knowledge grid, interconnecting the universities with socio-economic institutions, industries, and R&D organizations. India is planning to connect 5,000 institutions across the country with gigabit network for collaborating knowledge-sharing platform. 3 of India's 150 years old universities, namely University of Madras, University of Calcutta, and University of Mumbai, have created a virtual university to provide 10 unique joint postgraduate programs. The next area is the healthcare grid, interconnecting the healthcare institutions of government and corporate and super specialty hospitals, research institution, educational institution, and ultimately pharma R&D institution. India has connected around 300 remote locations so far with more than 45 super specialty hospitals and provides telemedicine connectivity. And also program started for providing healthcare services to the 53 Pan-African nations by connecting 12 super specialty hospitals from India as a part of Pan-American e-network is in progress. Third area, e-governance grid, interconnecting the central government and state government and district and block level offices for government to government and the government to citizen connectivity. India is creating statewide area network across the country. India has the fiber connectivity up to the block level and only it needs to be lighted up. India is establishing 100,000 common service centers across the nation to provide e-governance services to the citizens. The next one is the Pura knowledge grid, will be the backbone for the rural development. All other grids will infuse the knowledge into this grid for sustainable development, healthcare, and good governance. Integrated common service centers will act as an interconnected delivery mechanism for tele-education, telemedicine, and e-governance services apart from the individual access by the people within and between the village knowledge centers through the Pura grid. Each grid is a system of multiple portals. The aim is to maximize the gross domestic production and productivity of the land and people through knowledge and collective well-being of people by maximizing the performance of each sector in an inclusive manner, synergized by the system of inter- and intra-societal electronic and knowledge connectivity to serve 1 billion plus people. This will further enhance the prosperity of 700 million people in the rural areas and 300 million plus people in the urban areas, leading to a higher per capita income, better quality of life, overall higher level of satisfaction. All these sustainable efforts should lead to the transformation towards a knowledge society. How to bring in inclusiveness? For this, we need to redefine our measurement tool of economic development. Dear friends, this is my favorite area I thought of sharing with you. Dear friends, in this context, I have evolved what is called a National Prosperity Index, NPI, which is a summation of annual growth rate of GDP plus improvement in quality of life of the people, particularly those living below the poverty line. As per the Planning Commission, 220 million people. C, the adaptation, the third factor, C, the adaptation of a value system derived from our civilizational heritage in every walk of life, which is a unique to India. And it may be unique to Finland also. That is NPI, that is now I am defining, that is NPI equal to A plus B plus C. Particularly A, as I already told you, GDP. Particularly B is a function of availability of housing, good water, nutrition, proper sanitation, quality education, quality health care, employment potential, and overall improvement of quality of life. The C is a unique thing. C is a function of promoting the joint family of the system, creation of a spirit of working together, leading a righteous way of life, removing social inequities, and above all promoting a conflict-free, harmonious society. This will be indicated by peace in families. That C factor will be indicated by peace in families and communities, reduction in corruption index, reduction in court cases, elimination of violence against children and women, and communal tensions. There should be also be a progressive reduction in the number of people living below the poverty line year after year, leading to its becoming near zero by the year 2020. All our efforts in improving the national economic performance will be guided by the measured National Prosperity Index of the nation at any point of time. I will prefer Sitra doing the research on the NPI and I can cooperate with them. I am confident that certainly when we measure our economic development based on NPI, it will clearly set a goal to achieve inclusive development and equitable prosperity of state, district, block, and village level. Friends, in conclusion, India is transforming into an economically developed nation with its billion-plus citizens with value system. When I say India economically developed, the citizens will have to have a value system. This one area, the Finland and India become partner economic prosperity with the value system. Now, this is a mission of every Indian citizen. If India succeeds, world succeeds. And that means every democratic nation will succeed. India's vision of transformation and its action are unique experience in the history of the world. We also analyzed what is the most important component for achieving this great vision of transforming India into an economically developed nation with value system. We believe that it can be realized only by evolving creative leaders in numbers, in every field of socio-economic activity. I have seen 3 dreams which have taken shape as a vision, mission, and realization. The firstly, space program of ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, Agni program of DRDO, Defense Research and Development Reaction, and Pura providing urban amenities rural area becoming the national mission. Of course, these 3 programs succeeded in the midst of many challenges and problems. I have worked in these areas with my leaders. I want to convey to you what I have learned from these 3 programs based on my personal experience. Number 1, the leadership quality. Wherever there's a dream in life that transforms into a vision, vision takes the shape as many missions. The second area, the necessity of high-level thinking. The necessity of high-level thinking to transform the vision into missions. Third one, acquisition of knowledge from all sources. Acquisition of knowledge from all sources. The fourth point, working and working without boundary condition till the realization of the mission. The next point, capable of absorbing failure and taking the responsibility and giving the credit for the success to his team or to her team while executing the mission. So friends, leaders in different fields should possess all 5 traits mentioned above. I call these leaders as creative leaders. Creative leadership means exercising the vision to change the traditional role from the commander to the coach, manager to mentor, from director to delegator, and from one who demands respect to one who facilitates self-respect. My best wishes to all the members of Sitra in the mission of promoting collaboration between India and Finland for realizing an inclusive India through the application and science and technology. May God bless you all, friends. If there is time, if my friend Esko agrees, I can take some questions.
Yes, that is the idea, that the audience has an opportunity to put a couple of questions. There is one in the last row there. Microphone, please.
Hello, sir. My name is Arun. The
Could
role
you
of
please
technology.
stand up? Could you please stand up?
The role of technology in ensuring an inclusive and sustainable future. Coming to the present, what is the most needed of this time? Is it science and technology or a little bit more of peace and love?
What it is? You can slowly say.
Coming to the present,
Yeah.
what is the most needed? Is it
What is needed?
Yeah.
I tried to explain the inclusive, using science and technology, inclusive development, The solution seems to be two things. One is I have asked societal grid connectivity of the people. Another providing urban facility rural area that needs physical connectivity, electronic knowledge connectivity. So science, technology, all are there. So the 7,000 puras are planned in India. That will give the inclusive growth and also fast growth rate.
Thank you. Is there any other questions here?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, so this is Arun, once again. Actually, I want to ask about your NPI. And you were speaking about the adopting value system. And I'm very happy about you saying about the spirituality, the joint family system, and the good things. But, nowadays, like Indian youth or Indian society is more towards westernized things. Like, so now, actually, India was so much into joint society, joint family before, but now people are going like they are going like couples. But do you think how it's feasible to achieve joint family? Because I'll be very happy to go on that, but how it's like?
Arun, is like this. We have approximately 1 billion people live in 200 million houses. Each house 5 guys, okay? Each house. Now, there's one static says that is at least 30%, because 600,000 villages, 700 million people live. One static says that 30% of the people still they follow the joint family system. This is one part of it. And it's true there is a media, electronic media bombarding. And but the joint family system, when I say value system, it's got multiple components. One is joint family. Another is all the children up to the age of 17. They should be taught what is called moral science class. Moral science. It is a young age. You have to embed the moral science class. So this is the second area. Third thing, everyone, for example, you are all in Finland. So you study Finland way of life. What type of life they lead. It may be a nuclear family. But I understand some transparency is there. So you must communicate what you learn from here, okay?
And then third question there, please.
Sir, I have a question. I live in Finland, I'm a businessman, and when a Western company goes to India, how about the ethics and morals in bureaucracy and dealing with the system? It's very, very hard still. How about moral and ethics?
Yeah. See, I believe you don't get disheartened. You have to solve the problem. I was having a professor, Satish Dhawan. He used to tell us, when you do a complex situation, a big problem, a big project when you do, there will be sometimes a lot of difficult problems. But problems should not defeat you. You must defeat the problem and succeed. You have 1 billion people population. It's a management. Some problems are there, definitely. And that's why it has to be built in. Every one of you have to ask in your family how you generate great citizens. After all, what is a country, a nation? How the family generates great citizens. So it starts from the home.
Dr. Kalam, there is still one additional question and a couple of them, please.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Siva. I think like one of the greatest factor which could affect this mission and this great vision could be the corruption. Do you think in any way a technology and science or a national-wide awareness could be created through these technologies to wide
I personally believe one of the things, your concern, corruption, it is something like this. Where is the corruption starts? You ask yourself. It is society built up of families, right? Society is a built up of family, any society. So that's why I have started a movement in our country. The movement is, if, say, assume there are 50 million houses corrupt, young children below 17, if they can tell the parents don't do that, it will be very effective, very effective. And it is going to be a revolution, because home clean, nation is clean. It starts from the home. You can't go on complaining. That's it.
All right, I'm sorry we are now running out of time, so that I have one final question.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to repeat what I asked you yesterday evening. So you have made a long career in the public service and in different kind of positions in India. What are the happiest moments of your life?
Okay, happiest moment. You don't mind if I repeat it? Because,
That's why I was asking.
Because dinner also, we had a great dinner yesterday night he gave me. So, what is the happiest moment in your life? Happiest moment, that is superlative. That is Anand, something like that. You know, I remember when I means my team, when they launched the SLV-3, satellite launch vehicle, first time in 1980, when the satellite went to the orbit, it gave a lot of happiness. Not only me, the whole country was happy, I was also happy, because I was the project director. Second one, when the Agni missile system, that is 1990, reached the target of few thousand kilometers, it gave big kick for all of us, another happiness. Third thing, in 1998, in a summer day in a desert, Rajasthan desert, 53 degrees Celsius environment, India became a nuclear weapon state. We were all there. So it was a big happiness. Then, when the India 2020, how India can be developed as an economically developed the nation by the year 2020, when the document evolved by 500 experts, I happened to be the chairman, when we submitted to the government, to the cabinet, and when the Lok Sabha, that is the parliament, said that they said this program is their program, national program, that gave me another big happiness. These are all happiness plus happiness plus happiness plus. But what is the biggest happiness? In Agni missile system, we evolved a material, new material called carbon-carbon material, so that when it's a hypersonic missile, when it re-enters, the temperature will be outside the missile, it will be 4,000 degree Kelvin. So it has to withstand that temperature. For that, Agni missile, we built a heat shield. Then one day a friend of mine, orthopedic surgeon, orthopedic expert, he came to the hospital, he saw this product what we have made for Agni missile. He lifted, he said, so light, what you are doing, creating missiles, you come. He took me to the hospital, where I saw the ward, orthopedic ward. 20, 30 children, they had the calipers, polio patient calipers. Each caliper weighing 4 kilograms. The children were finding it very difficult to negotiate. Just they remove it. For namesake, when the doctor goes, they will put the calipers. It is a aid, it is called aid for supporting the polio patient. Then the doctor gave me a mission. You make it lighter. So we made immediately for 15 children, we make mold and created material, created a caliper or FRO, technically it's called FRO, flow reaction orthosis. 4 kilogram became that Agni material when you used become 400 gram. When the children, when they fitted with this lighter version of strong FROs, and they were running here and there with the happiness. And the parents who are watching, the tears were coming from the parents. That tears were the happiest moment for me.